This video is sponsored by SK Imports, South Africa's biggest importer of go-karts, quads and bikes. Hi guys, it's Steve, and today we're going to talk about an assembled mini quad. So first of all, these little quad bikes come in packaging, and they're about 70% assembled. So there are some minor assemblies that need to be done, but the engine has already been put on. You just have to basically connect the wheels, the suspension and the handlebars. So let's start at the front. The front brakes need to be connected. You'll see they've got two bolts here, and then you will connect the side arms. We call them tie rods. You'll see the tie rods have got two bolts. There's one bolt here and one bolt there. You'll basically loosen those bolts, and if you turn this arm here, the wheels will go left or right, so you need to make the wheels straight. Once you've turned the wheels correctly by adjusting them on the left and the right, you will then lock these into place. The front wheel goes on with a lock nut bolt. You then need to connect the nudge bar, and if you look at the wheels, you'll see that they're straight, and that's pretty much how they need to be. You'll put the front little nudge plastic here. The handlebars are loose, so what you'll need to do is put your 4 clamps, first 2 at the bottom. You'll then put your handlebars in, and then you'll tighten them with 4 bolts. If you look there, it's pretty straightforward. I'd say assembly time on these little mini quads is about 40 minutes. The handles are already on, so you just need to position them, and then with your toolkit that you got, you just tighten the handles on. There's the other one. This is your speed limiter. So the further the screw goes in, the less throttle you've got. This is your throttle, and you'll then lock it into place with a little nut. All the handles are metal, and you'll notice on our handles they're all recessed. So what that means is kids with small hands can actually grip the brakes. The quad bike is equipped with front and rear brakes. So if you look carefully, you'll see it's got 2 front discs on either side. And if we go to the back, you'll see that there's a rear disc at the back. The back of the quad comes with a shock, which is already mounted on top. You just need to put the bolt in this side and connect that. And then the rear wheels go on with what we call a lock nut. We use lock nuts, and the reason for that is so that the wheels don't loosen. Like the cheaper quads that you get, the wheels nuts are always coming off. Ours don't do that. And then you will connect the fuel tap. There's a pipe here going onto the filter, and from there it goes straight to the carb. And there is the carburetor. It's got a choke, and it's also got a tap. We've equipped our quads with an easy pull starter, and so what that means is you don't need to pull the pull starter hard in any way, just very soft like that. Always make sure that you pull in line with the hole. If you pull up or you pull sideways, you're going to wear your string out. No jerky movements, just a straightforward pull like that. Normally it takes about 3-4 pulls to get the bike started. Make sure that on the cold start, your choke, there's your choke, it's an up position. Let's just get in there a little bit. And when the bike starts, you push the choke down. Make sure your petrol is always on. When you're not using the quad, turn the fuel off and let the quad bike run until it dies. You don't ever want to leave fuel inside the carb, because 2-stroke and petrol deteriorate very quick. So always make sure that when you're not using the quad, there is no fuel whatsoever in the carburetor. So make sure that is always off. So let's just recap. Cold start up, and when it starts, choke down. If the quad bike is not idling properly and it needs to idle, You want to get your idling a little bit up. You'll see there's a screw there. You take your supplied screwdriver and you turn it clockwise, so that is to the right position. Go half a time at a shot. As you increase the idling, you'll turn to the right. If you want to decrease the idling speed, you will turn that screw to the left. And also always make sure that your filter is clean. We do have products for that as well. We've got Spaniard oil filter spray. You spray that over the filter, let it dry for 40 minutes, and it will keep all the dust out your engine. Remember, the maximum weight limit on these quad bikes is 50 kgs, and they're suited for kids 4 to 8 years old. Don't forget to use a Spaniard chain and linkage spray. This is your chain. You need to keep your chain clean, and all you do is you spray it with that every week, and just make sure your chain is always lubed. And then the last bit is to put the chain cover on, protect the rider. You see it's got 2 bolts there. And that's the last part of the quad that needs to be assembled. Thanks for watching.